for the delay. Had a little technical difficulties, but we here now. So we're getting ready to get it started. Uh, wasn't able to use Blog Talk because I had difficulties with that as well. But let's do this, brother. Let's do this collaboration.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know what was wrong with that other phone, man. I'm gonna have to look into that and figure out what the problem is. I mean, you said somebody had a problem like that before, so
Right.
it probably I probably got to turn the phone on, um, figure out how to turn my figure out how to turn my camera on. But so what we on? We on YouTube, Facebook? What we on?
We on YouTube right now. We
Oh,
on
okay.
YouTube. You didn't take the Facebook link. I'm on Facebook,
Oh,
but
you
you
on?
on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I can't get the
Well, I
Facebook.
mean, look, the next time, man, we're gonna make it happen, man. It's trial and errors, man. We
Yeah.
getting this thing started, but do like you would do your show, man. Start off, because it's keeping
Oh,
it
okay.
real and Peak Game TV collaboration. So start off with your story, man. Give the people a story or something.
Yeah. Well, everybody know we collaborating now, so it's like this is like gonna be like new and improved. We gonna try to put something together. I want I want all the people that follow me to still tune in, and all the people that follow Sha, to still tune in. Most of the time we sit back and we watch everybody else get together. You know what I mean, and make moves, and we just watch. We watch everybody. We sit back and we watch everybody make moves when we should be doing the same thing. We should be sticking together and making moves together. Uh, I want to say that first, everybody, this was my birthday week. I went on a little trip, try to clear my
Yeah,
mind.
happy day of life, brother. Happy day of life, belated. Happy day of life, belated, brother.
Thank
You
you.
know,
So
and you guys that's on, you know, reach out to some other people and get them on, man, because we gonna get this thing on. We gonna get it
yeah,
on and popping, man.
I'm trying to tell people now on my other phone that we on YouTube, because we on YouTube, right?
Absolutely, Peep Game TV. Peep Game TV YouTube.
Okay.
So let the people know. Um, yeah, man. So let's
Yeah.
get
So
into it.
anyway, that people will see it. Whoever see it, they'll see it. Like you said, it's trial and error. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the week I had, and the things that been on my mind, and some of the things I've been going through and stuff like that. And also we got to touch on Puff Daddy. You know what I mean? We got to touch on that a little bit.
Okay, yeah, definitely, definitely.
We got to definitely touch on that. But we're gonna try to bring together the the relationship stuff, and I'm gonna keep doing the how I want to say it, not tearing people down or anything like that, but more or less trying to understand what's wrong with the relationships today, and what's going on, why so many divorces and why so many breakups. It's like people giving up so easy, and a lot of times it's almost like what Michael Jackson said, like you gotta look in the mirror. You know what I mean? Look in the mirror, and sometimes you gotta point the finger at yourself, and that's what a lot of us don't do. A lot of us don't look in the mirror and point the finger, at ourselves. We wanna blame other people. Now, I know it's hard and everything with relationships and um, extracurricular activities like the side chicks and the side dicks and everything. You know what I mean? I know they still out there, you know, doing whatever they do, but they not going nowhere. They gonna be there. They like side chicks and side dicks. They not going nowhere. They gonna be there forever. So people who got in relationships, they're gonna have to try to build a foundation more stronger. Um, I recently myself, speaking of myself, I recently went through a situation where it was a kind of like a situation like what I never really tried to probably figured out what I went through in my life. You know, being that I'm me, you know, sometimes you kind of you get stuck on yourself. You know what I mean? But it's you never too old or you're never too smart for reality checks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Sometimes you get a reality check and it's for sometimes it's for the good and sometimes you get a reality check and it's for the bad. You know what I mean? It depends on the situation and everything. Um, in my situation, it was more like, how could I say this? Somebody, somebody trying to do something, but blame you for what somebody else wanted to do. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like I mean, I really don't know if that's possible or if that's true. I just know that nobody can make me do nothing. Somebody could aggravate me. Somebody could drive me crazy. Somebody could make me think about doing things or daydream about it or maybe even dream about it. But I don't really think nobody could physically make me do anything. You know what I mean?
So do you think somebody can do you think somebody basically can influence you based on a situation, put you, because a lot of times I think sometimes people get influenced to do certain things. It's not like if somebody say you got to do something or they forcing you to do something, sometimes they make it appealing to you, and it's basically like it's still your decision, but they just dress it up real nice to make it appealing to you, alluring, that type of thing.
um, the only way somebody can make me do something is if they did something to me. If somebody did something to me, but not maybe not even at this age, but in my younger ages, maybe if somebody cheated on me, I maybe might want to cheat back on them. But at the age I'm at now, I don't really think that's possible for somebody, you know, to make me do nothing. Uh, you could make me want to leave you alone.
Well,
You
okay.
can make me want to leave you.
Right.
You can make me want to seek counseling.
Okay.
You can make me shut down completely on you, just shut down. Uh, you can make me talk about it to death to family members. You can make me do all that, but you can't make me uh like mess with another person or something like that. You can't do that.
Okay.
Um, in a situation like that is if that happened, you would have to be so vulnerable and so much at your lowest form that somebody caught you when you was at your lowest form and you was at your weakest. and then everything that they said, it sounded like music to your ears, and everything they said, everything that the other person what wasn't doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It made it seem like this person was doing. Now that's possible, you know what I mean? But that's because when you sit up and tell somebody all your problems, they know what buttons to push. That's almost like in the pimping game. You know what I mean? A pimp might sit up and listen to a female talk about how she never had a father, or she never had she never had a father. She always longed for that father figure to be around. So then the pimp, he's gonna try to fill in that father void.
Right.
She could have said like her family never had enough money, to buy her the clothes that she want to wear. So now he gonna, okay, I'm gonna get you the money so you can get the clothes you want to wear. Oh, I always wanted whatever, a nice house or a nice car or to go on vacation. If somebody is listening to you, of course they're gonna be able to facilitate, because they're gonna know your weaknesses. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be easy for somebody to listen to what you complaining about and just talk about, and flip it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And fill in the blanks for you.
Yeah, and because they're gonna try to but I never was with that anyway. Like, you just like, maybe when I was younger. I mean, when you try to leave one person for another person, but stuff like that never works. It never works when you try to leave one person for another one. And that's why I talk about fuck love so much, because um this you people could be around you for years and years and years, and then out of the blue they wake up one day and they're not in love with you no more. You know what I mean? Or people could be with you years and years and years, and just one day they cheating on you or they sleeping with somebody. You know what I mean? So I thought love was like everlasting and love was unconditional, but it's really not.
I
It's
mean,
you gotta work. I guess it's something you gotta work on.
absolutely. Think about it. Think about it like this. People, my view is, people don't normally just stop being in love. You know what I mean? What happens is, over a period of time, when you're with someone, they're letting you know, look, uh, how they feel. A lot of times in communication, it get lost. If sometimes a person can be telling you how they feel, and you can end up taking it like they attacking you. You know,
Right.
'cause I know I go through that, and I've done that, and it's a way in which that it's necessary for us to use our words. It's like, look, you're making me feel lonely. You're
Yeah.
making me feel like you don't love me. Instead of saying, you know, I don't feel you love me. I don't feel like you do. I don't feel like you do enough. That can happen because what we don't realize is you can love someone, but the in love part is the work. That's the thing that's ongoing. And the reality is, love comes with conditions. The only ones, even with your children, you give them conditions, but you will allow them to do certain things that you won't allow other people to do to you. That's the difference. When we say unconditional love, that's a falsehood, because the reality is, when you love somebody, it comes with expectations, wants, desires. This is how you remain in love, because you doing certain things for this person. and that person is doing certain things for you, and that's what's building your bond. That's what's making you love them. Same way, if they do certain things to hurt you, that's what causes you not to be in love anymore. And you can still love the person, but you're not in love. And the in love part is what keeps you fighting for the love when you're in love. Now, once you're not in love and you love the person, you may fight less. But because you love them and you have a history, if you have a good history with a person, then you'll go back on that history. You'll go back on, like, look, we got 10, 15 years of, you know, everything was pretty good.
Yeah,
Now, these past 2 years, it's been kind of shaky. So now, what do we do to get back to it being pretty good? And the other thing is, as we grow, we change. And once you change, what you needed last year, you may not need this year.
yeah,
So if a person gets stuck with how you were last year, it may not be helpful for you this year. This is one of the reasons why relationships fall apart, because people get stuck in who you were, not who you are today.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the major issues that I see in many relationships. You know?
Um, people sometimes people just stay together too long. You know what I mean? Um, I just believe people stay together too long sometimes, man. Um, I've been in long relationships that I knew was over after maybe 2 years, but I still stayed there. Um, and that's not good either, because then you like dying inside. You dying inside every day. Sometimes, sometimes you just gotta know when it's that time. When people show you who they are over and over and over. I mean, how long can a love story last? You know what I mean? How long can it last? How long can a love story really last?
I mean, and in reality, that depends on the individuals. And I definitely get your point with that. I definitely get your point that sometimes we do, for the sake of love, want to keep working at the relationship,
Yeah,
for the sake of love. And sometimes, for me, it's like I'm to a point where I want to be happy now.
yeah,
So if I'm happy, we can rock till the wheels fall off.
yeah,
Now, if I'm unhappy, then that's when I start questioning. Okay, can we rekindle and bring back the spark that's going to make us happy? And being happy means, look, being who you are, being who you are, because I think that's a thing. Like, somebody changes in a relationship sometime, you
yeah.
know,
Most
and
definitely.
right now, when you making the changes, and then you find out, like, okay, I done made these changes, and what am I doing it for? Because it's not being reciprocated. Then it becomes a problem. But if you both can start making the changes, and you start, I start working on being friends. I
Yeah,
think I think that's the most important thing in a relationship. And I didn't think this before. I didn't think being friends was important, because sometimes you can love a person but don't like them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So now you love them, but you don't like being around them. That's still a problem. So
Yeah.
now it comes to a point of, okay, what do we both do to start liking each other, start courting each other? Why do you think it's so easy for people to have affairs? The affairs bring some newness. It brings newness. It brings something unexpected. So in order to make, your marriage, your relationship work, it comes to a point where both of you need to start doing some things that's unexpected in a good way. You know what I mean? Like the other day, you know what I mean? With my wife, I, ran ran her some bath water. You know what I mean? Do
Yeah.
something that I normally don't do. Set up the table, and do a meal. It's like a restaurant. Set it up and we eat.
Yeah.
So if when and if we as a couples start doing things for each other and stop taking each other for granted, then we reconnect. We reconnect as a couples. And I think that's something we're missing because we take it, many of us take it that once I got you, I got you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't have to do what I used to do that it took to get you. And even, men and women, sometimes we start gaining weight. We walking around, all, don't even dress up sometimes. You know what I mean? Walking around the house, sometimes, look, just throw something on. Like, even if you ain't going nowhere, throw
Yeah.
something on. Throw something on. Be appealing to each other. You know what I mean? That's key. I'm realizing that, and like I've been married 25 years, and it hasn't been easy. It's been tough
Right.
for for certain period, and I struggle. You know what I mean? I struggle with, okay, can, like you said, can I? Is it too long? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it too long? Should I just say, dead it? Now, my thing is, when it comes to marriage, the stipulations that are placed by society, because marriage is with two people. It's a contract between two people. And
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, Michelle. You do. You have to have respect for each other. You do. That's something that has to be earned. And now that you said respect, it's also necessary to trust each other. Now, if you don't trust each other, everything else start. Now you're on shaky grounds. Now you're in quicksand. You're in quicksand. So, as I was saying, like when it comes to marriage, it's a contract between two people, and those two people, it's necessary for them to work out what's comfortable for them. A lot of times when people get married, they don't ever discuss their views on marriage. You want to get married, but you don't discuss what you're going to want from that marriage, and the other person don't discuss what they're going to want from that marriage. And once two people are unable to live up to, you know, unable to live up to the expectations, they start wandering off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They'll wander off, or they'll dead it. They'll dead the relationship because we it's necessary for us to remember you're bringing two people together with two different backgrounds and two different lifestyles in most cases. Now, these two people are coming together to build a foundation
Right.
to, because okay, basically what your wife is the family you chose. You know what I mean? Or your husband. That's the family you chose. We already born with a family and we get to choose our other family. So now here we make the choice. Now when we make the choice, sometimes, like with my wife, I chose my wife because she was stable. You know what I mean? She was stable and she was good with money. And a lot of times cats choose women just totally, and I was physically attracted to her. So that was the added bonus. Now, I'm telling any of you guys out there, if you choosing a woman because she's fine, she's sexy, and she like to spend money, you're gonna be totally unhappy. You're gonna be totally miserable. You're gonna be bonkers. I'm letting you know now. If you're gonna choose a woman, especially for your wife or a long-term relationship, choose a woman that's responsible with money. Because most of us as men, we kind of a little shaky with money. You know what I mean? A lot of us not that great with money. We can make it. We can
Hmm.
make the money, but a lot of times we don't know what to do with that money, and we'll blow it quick. We'll blow it on things. You know what I mean? At least that's how I was. But I'm a whole lot better now with money. Thanks to my wife, and you know, I'm basically I'm not the man I completely want to be, but I'm definitely not the man that I used to be.
Now somebody was trying to figure out what station we was
Oh,
on.
yeah, let them know. Peep Game TV.
Yeah, I just told them.
Yeah.
I think that times have changed so much. People have changed so much. They like to say that it's not the world, it's the people that's in it.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. That's a
Um,
good point because, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
but I don't know. I still believe that is good women out here in the world. I believe it's good men out here in the world. But I also believe that it's so far and in between. It's the people that it's the people that's unhappy. It's the people that's
Hey, Vonne,
it's the people that's
Michelle.
unhappy. It's the people that's unhappy. It's the people that's miserable. Um, it's the people that's broken. Uh, and the people that been through a lot of stuff. The problem with that is that they don't give themselves time to heal. You know what I mean? I know people that go from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship. They never give themselves time to heal and just sit back and love yourself. It's people now that just out here in relationships and stuff, and they've been neglecting themselves for so long. You know, you've been just neglecting yourself, and I don't even really know if it's always a bad thing because I'm not trying to say that somebody would try to hurt somebody.
Peace, Just.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that people would try to hurt people would try to hurt another person deliberately. It's not that. It's just that a lot of times women have been through so much. They've been beat down by life. They've been beat down by other men. They've been mentally abused so much that they don't really know no better. So when they get a good man, um, it's just hard because life been beating them down so long. And unless you got a man who is able to be patient with you, understand you, and willing to work with you, it's just always gonna be problems. Um, in my life, it always seemed like I gave so much. You know what I mean? I gave so much, and somewhere along the line,
Invite them. Just let them get it. Let them put them on. Let them hear it. Go ahead.
who that just died?
Nah, uh,
Justice.
justice.
Oh, peace, just. It's it's like sometimes you give so much or you put so much into a relationship that people start taking you for granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like the old saying. It's like you could tell your woman that, "Hey, baby, your hair look nice," or "I like that dress on you," or "You look good today."
Right.
But since she in a different state of mind, or she feel like she's beat down with life, that she could go right outside and another man could tell her, "Oh, your hair look nice. Oh, you look nice today." You know what I mean?
Right.
And it'll mean a lot. It'll mean more. It'll be more for a stranger saying it than you saying it.
Okay, I get that.
Now, now you got to think. Why is that? Um, is it because she been hurt so much by you, or she been hurt so much by the relationship, or the relationship wasn't what she expected it to be? Things like that. Like you'll never know. Like you won't
I
know.
mean, think about it. Think about it this way. It could be all the above. It could be, you know, some of it is you don't do it often enough, and then when you do it, she's not receptive to it because you don't do it often. Or she may have said to you, "Why you don't, tell me I look nice?" And then you tell her she look nice.
Yeah.
So she may feel like it's not authentic. Where with the other individual, she's receptive because it's authentic because the person don't know her. So it's a number of different reasons why we do what we do as men and women. And going to your point of being beat down, some of us as men, we come into relationships messed up. And a lot of times as men, we come into relationships not being truthful.
Right.
We come into the relationship gaming. And not to say women don't game, but the majority of the times the way it's been is it's been like we start gaming, we start lying based on the reaction of the woman. We don't want to, I know I've been guilty of lying because I didn't want to hurt, you know, my wife's feeling or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 Michelle. You can't. It's sometimes you can't fix people, and really, it's. I think it's not our responsibility to try to fix people. It's our responsibility to strive to help people put themselves back together. I think when a person relies on another person to fix them, they're putting too much pressure on that person. They're actually putting too much pressure, and then how do you end up losing yourself sometimes when that happens? Because now you're spending all your time trying to fix a broken person. Now you end up being broken along with that person. Now it's two broken people together. So how does that work? You did. So that's some of the reasons why people infidelity. And that's some of the reasons why you know you can have that feeling where love, 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 fuck love, because it's not being. Most of us are learning how to love as we go.
Right.
you know so the love that we get from our parents is different from the love that we get from a mate, and the love that we get from our children and give to our children is different than what we get from a mate, uh, or a spouse. So when it comes to that, love changes because people change. So what I think happens far too often is you still loving the person the same way you used to love the person, and the person has changed, and now they need a different type of love. Hey, what's up, sis? What's up, Linda? How you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a benefit for us to be able to get to know who we with. Get to listen. Sometimes we need to just listen to receive what a person's saying rather than hearing a person just to make a response. Many times we're just listening so we can respond. And when you're doing that, it becomes awkward. What do you do? Now you're in clashing. You're clashing because you're basically listening to me so you can respond, not listening to see what I'm saying or hear what I'm trying to convey to you so that you can receive what I'm saying, and then I listen to you and receive what you're saying to me. One of the key components to a good relationship is good communication. If the communication is not good, how do you convey how you feel? How do you convey what you want? You know?
Yeah. Um, that go back to the old saying. Then I always go back to is love real? Not even is love real. Check then you and I ask you this then.
What's that?
If if your woman told you you made her cheat on you for whatever reason, you was neglecting her, uh you was not treating her right, you was arguing with her, you was too jealous or whatever like that. If a woman told you you made me do it, what would you tell her?
Now,
Right
today,
now, today at the age you at.
today, I wouldn't even entertain it because it'll be basically something that I would say she chose to do.
Right.
because I'm receptive now. Now, some years ago, I probably would have said, okay, I wasn't on my square. I didn't listen to you when you were saying that I needed to spend more time with you. I didn't listen to you when you said you know we needed to do more things together, and I needed to be more attentive to your feelings and things of that nature. But nowadays, nah, I wouldn't. It would. I'll say no. You made a decision, and if you're comfortable with that decision, then KIM. Keep it moving.
Now, at the age you at right now, if that did happen to you, and hypothetically speaking, and a lady told you that you made her um, seek out companionship, whether it's mentally or physically or whatever, and then she told you that, right?
Right.
And then um, and then maybe say like y'all relationship got real shaky, right? And you knew something was different. And the same thing, like she told you that uh, you made her seek friendship or companionship or a bed partner or whatever with somebody else, and she told you that, say like for 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden it it was done, and then it was like back to you. You know what I mean? And everything, like nothing never happened.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So
And
so so the thrill. So basically, you saying the thrill is gone. now now she want to come home and say, look, we can work this thing out
yeah,
now. So
that's real life.
you said something like that.
That's real life.
I mean, see now, you know my thing about like sex. I don't think I hold sex in a high regard as a lot of people do. And that's a problem, my wife and I have because she has a problem with me talking like, you know, why not, she still think like sometimes like I'm the person that I was. And no, even though I think I still think similar to the way I used to think, I'm still more controlled of my actions and I'm more responsible for my actions because I'm respecting her. As Michelle said, I'm respecting my wife. I'm respecting her and the agreement that we made in our contract. So, but getting back to your point, that's something difficult to like now. If the person was still there for you and they were doing whatever they were doing and they were still there for you, that's different. So it like you kind of knew something was different, but it wasn't blatant. Now, but it's different if it's blatant
No, it
and
was
they
blatant.
basically,
No, it was blatant.
oh, it's blatant. They turn their back on you, kind of like that type of. So
Blatant.
so
Blatant.
so when that goes down, now the trust is broken. The trust is broken because the reality is, how do I know if dude come back 6 months from now if you won't take that position
Six
again?
months from now, 1 month from now, one
Right,
year,
right,
1 year
right.
from now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's real. That's real right there. Um,
yeah. Michelle said, yeah, the trust is gone. Yeah, and I agree. The trust is gone. After that, once the trust is gone, it's difficult to restore that trust. You know what I mean?
I just figure like this: Once somebody show you, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but we learned this a long time ago that that women is when they say weak and wicked, but I don't mean like weak, like I don't mean like weak. I don't mean
Week in a certain
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
I mean weak. Like I mean, when they say a woman is weak and wicked in the lessons, I mean like when they say weak, they don't mean weak, like subnormal or true
Like they're
intelligence.
useless, like they're
If,
useless and
yeah,
that
I
type
don't
of
mean
stuff.
that kind of
Right,
weak.
right.
I mean like a woman is weak, like because and they take on so much in the day to day life. It's like they in all walks of life. It's men constantly trying to talk to them at their job. You know, when they're at the grocery store, when they're at the bank. They and that's why they say you gotta constantly build your woman each and every day. That's what I mean. You gotta keep them strong because not weak like weak like low. You know, with no intelligence. I
Right.
mean, like you're like vulnerable weak. You able to get vulnerable weak at times. Um, so you gotta every day you gotta build your woman.
Cultivate. You got
You
to
got
cultivate,
yeah,
and that's something that's necessary for both individuals because
yeah,
I think if if you tearing each other down, or if one of you tearing the other down,
yeah,
it it's going to be reciprocated. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to build somebody if they're tearing you down.
right,
And you know, a great deal of men complain that women tear into them, that women tear them down.
right,
And remember, women most powerful instrument other than their vagina is their mouth. You know what I mean? Their mouth is the most powerful instrument because they do things with peace, 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 ch. You know what I mean? They can build you up with that mouth, and they can rip you to shreds with that mouth.
yeah,
And why do you think some individuals get physical with women? You know what I mean? Because they get physical because the mouth beat and destroyed them, and that's the only recourse that they have. That's the only thing they could do to you know show forth they got the power.
right,
And you know, as men, it's important for us to remain logical, to remain rational. And you know, when it comes to women, sometimes it's best to just be quiet. Don't go back and forth. It's best to be quiet, listen, and let it ride. Sometimes we gotta let it ride. Plenty of times I've been working on that because I've had problems with the wifey. Sometimes going back and forth, and I'm not a confrontational person. So
right,
I don't like a lot of back and forth. Look, let's sit and negotiate. Let's talk. You
right.
know, and it's important for us. Absolutely, 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 Michelle. She said, women work off of emotions, and unfortunately, now there are a lot of men that are doing the same thing, working off of emotion. So now, if you got two emotional people, you got chaos.
Right,
Somebody has to be the voice of reason. Somebody has to take the position and say, "Okay, things are getting too emotional. Let's chill." Uh,
yeah,
And Vonne, you went in. I'm gonna go to the gist because I can't see it all right now.
What?
Vonne, she was saying, something about self, like building self,
Oh,
and it's kind of small. She went in. That's why I wish we had the blog talk. She could have been, and we could have got that off. But basically, I'm just gonna try to, paraphrase basically with because I didn't get the chance to read it all. But basically, she was saying something about when you building on yourself. Like I don't know, she might have missed when I said that everybody got to build on themselves. We got to if you in a relationship, the most important thing is to work on yourself. If you're not working on yourself at the same time you're working on a relationship, then the relationship gonna fall apart because if one person is working, two people got to make a relationship work, but one person can destroy a relationship. you know, and especially when a person is not comfortable with who they are, especially when a person self-esteem is is low and they need other people to, you know, uplift their self-esteem,
yeah,
and we have both men and women that are that way that they need other people to build them up. And it's unfair, as I said, to rely on a person to build you up all the time.
right.
Now, okay, I caught some of that. Now, me being a
I'm
you
here.
took
Go ahead.
me being a street dude, it was difficult. Right, Michelle. Yeah, because if you don't love yourself, it's difficult to love someone else. You're absolutely right, Michelle. And going back to the individual with the the street dude, if you talk about nowadays street dudes, you know, I think it's nowadays street dudes are different from in my day. Um, I think a lot of nowadays street dudes are kind of emotional, and that's based on the environment, based on many of them not really being around uh, strong male, strong men role models, and really getting how to treat a woman from a man. You know what I mean? And even back in my day, we still had that type of problem where it was you learned how to treat a woman from the streets. So now if when you come to a woman, you using street tactics to deal with your woman, especially if your woman is has no idea about the street. So yeah, that can be a problem. Now, in that case, my suggestion would be, to a degree, choose a woman that has something that can basically cultivate some a area where you weak at. You know what I mean? I think that's what. people don't do often enough. Find people like where you can strengthen each other's weaknesses. You know, as I said before, when I met my wife, my money game was good. I could get the money, but I was so used to blowing money from being on the streets, and even though I had visions, I just had got to a point where I was too used to blowing money, and my wife was good at that. She was good at saving money. So that's the type of example that I'm giving. Find a woman that has strength where you weak and you have strength where she weak. Now you both have something to build on. You know what I mean? Because you both bringing something to the table that helps each other. I think now far too often people are getting together only because they're sexually attracted to each other. And after sex, then what do you got? Go ahead, bro. What you
Um,
what you think about that? People
I'm,
getting
I'm,
together just sexually attractive.
huh?
Just people getting together, special just because they sexually attracted to a person.
Um, I think that when a woman cheat on a man, I don't think that all the time is that she's sexually attractive or nothing like that. I don't. I think when a woman cheat on her man, I don't think it's like about all about that. I don't even think that when she cheat on her man, she loving the man that she cheating with. I think that when a woman cheat on a man, it just mean that she ain't in love with you no more, like she was, you know, in the beginning. Um, I think it takes a lot for a woman to cheat on a man. Uh, I think they got to be at almost at their ends with, you know, because most women I've been with in my life, no matter if they grew up in the projects or they grew up in a suburban area, they not really normally like cheaters, just cheaters. Like, well, I've never really just been with a blatant cheater. Um, I guess if they cheated, they was either tired of the relationship they was in, or they was bored with the person they was with. Um, if they just have sex with somebody because they sexually attractive, then they gonna be in trouble then because they gonna be seeing men that's they gonna be seeing men that's they gonna see men that's sexy every day, just like we see women that's sexy every day. You know what I mean? Like, how many sexy women do you see in a day?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, but yeah, but I was saying to the point where there's a great deal of people. You normally you have some attraction for a person,
Yeah,
you know, and there are people who in relationships or sometimes remain in relationships that basically and like Michelle said, depending on the woman, if all you want from a person is sex and you get a person that the sex is good, then that's fine. Now, if you want somebody and you want more than sex, then you're going to be at a disadvantage, and that's both the man and the woman. You know, and my thing is, somebody was saying most times when a woman, cheat, they do it to get back at the man, normally because the man cheated. And I've experienced that, so I could say that has been a true statement. That you know, women back back in the day, most women, were they wouldn't cheat like that. But the way the younger brothers talk now about the women, is different. You know, the way they
That's
talk about a man.
that's what I was saying. Like I was saying that back in the day, like you really never just met a female. If you think about all the females you've been with, or if I think about them, I never just met a woman who just was a straight up
What,
cheater.
the two or three I've been with?
Yeah, yeah, the 2 or 3 we've been with times 2 or 3 times 2 or 3. Yo, look, when we talking about cheating, how you think that um ugly women, a ugly woman take a good looking woman's man? Um, how you think a ugly man takes a good looking man's woman? Um, a lot of times people cheat on people, and they wonder why and how and what what attracted this person. Like we was just saying, was it sexually attractive? Did she have a big butt? What did he have a nice face? Did he have nice? What attracted him? I'm telling you, the main thing about cheating is that the other person saw what your man or woman wasn't doing, and then they did that.
Well,
You
I mean, this is what a viewer was saying, that sometimes it's just you're not paying them enough attention.
right,
You
right,
giving them,
right.
you giving them too much space or whatever the case. And you lacking somewhere, and the other person pick up on it basically.
That's it.
Now I want to take that what you said a little further, as far as ugly. Now there are a lot of ugly inside and pretty outside people, where you this is a person who may not be so attractive physically, may have all the inner beauty.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So sometimes that's what get people, where we look at a person and say, man, how she with him or he with her, and it's the inner beauty, and that's what we're not connecting to, many of us now. We're That's what I'm saying. Like, we're looking at the physical rather than, you know getting involved with the inner person, and a lot of people now are just, what, like the song used to say, they cellophane, they plastic, because it's not you're not building your inner self, you're not building good character, you're not being kind, you're not being considerate, you're not being honest, you
Right.
know you're not being upright, that type of stuff. Absolutely, Michelle. That's exactly what I was saying. That, yeah, if it's just about, you know body parts, yeah, you need, nowadays you need a mental and a spiritual connection. Because a lot of times we're not spiritually connected. We, and we're not being mentally challenged, and that's important, to be with someone that challenges you mentally, that elevates you, that that causes you to want to be better, that causes you to want to do better. That's what is necessary for us, or beneficial for us to be looking for in a mate, in a spouse, in a companion. Someone that's going, bring out the best of us. How many people are together with people that bring out the worst in them? Plenty of people are with people right now, that brings out the worst in them. And plenty people are with people right now that have them to be mediocre. So when you choose a person, you want that person that y'all elevate each other and make each other feel like you can pull the stars out of the sky. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, I was saying that before, Ivana, that when a person is growing and another person still loving that person like they was who they were, it creates a problem because you're not loving the person properly or the way that they needed to be loved. And ultimately, yeah, you grow apart because you're not getting the type of love that you need because the person don't see who you are today, they see who you were yesterday. So that's sometimes what happens, my opinion, in relationships where, yeah, people grow apart because one person is still growing and another person may remain on the same level that they were when the relationship first began. And in order for a relationship to flourish, you need both individuals growing. And they don't necessarily have to grow at the same level, the same time, because that's very rare. But it's growth. Long as there's some type of growth, there's some kind of, you know, energy of becoming better and blooming to a higher level of self, then of course that's what we all.
Convicted of Tina Harmon's murder, won a new trial since the same orange tri-oval carpet markers were discovered at that worker was later. That Robert Buell may have been involved in Tina Harmon's murder. Robert Buell denies this, and no charges have been filed. Investigators agree that it hadn't been.
Somebody said they didn't see me.
Well, yeah, I mean, you black yourself out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right about that. You can be with somebody. Yeah, you meet somebody in your early 20s of Ivana. Yeah, you meet them in your early 20s, then in your 40s. Yeah, that can happen. You just grow apart. You know, so yeah, so I can
I
agree with
believe
that.
that too. I believe that too. That people not only I believe that people not only grow apart, I believe that sometimes certain individuals, half of the relationship, her or either him, you outgrow a person. Sometimes you just outgrow a person. Like um they goals and expectations on life just stop here when yours might keep going. You know what I mean? And they might just be happy with life right here when you want to be here. And then like you outgrew them. You know what I mean? And then once you outgrow somebody, um it, it's really hard to even think about moving further or building or anything, because once you outgrow somebody, you just outgrew them. You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of what Ivana and they was saying. Like as far as you know, professionally, it ain't even got to do with you can still love a person.
Right.
And this is the thing. This is the misconception about love that, for me, I believe if you love a person and you guys are not compatible for each other anymore, then
Right.
your love for that person would be able to allow you to let that person go. You know what I mean? Sometimes we hold on because, me personally, I strive not to be a selfish lover. A lot of people, there are people who are selfish lovers,
No,
you know,
that's facts. That's
and
that's facts.
yeah. And so when you're a selfish lover, do you really love a person when you know that you guys are making each other miserable, but you still want to keep the person? Do you really love them then? Or are you obsessed with the person? You know what I mean? So that's something to consider for people. Like, if you love me and I love you, we're not going to stop loving each other. We're just not able to be together. And maybe it may be for a period of time. Maybe 6 months, a year, or 2 years, we may be able to come back together. So that's how I look at that when it comes to loving somebody, because love to me is not selfish. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's your view on that?
Um, I don't know. I just love is not selfish. I just get sick of hearing that word sometimes.
What, love? I mean, in some cases, yeah, but I think if you love a
Because
person enough,
yeah,
then wouldn't you want them to be happy? You know what I mean?
I
So
mean,
so
I have loved people enough to let them go, like you said. Like I
yeah,
love you enough to let you go. I love you enough to let you go and go be somewhere else happy. It's no use for you staying here being with me unhappy. So
right,
I love you enough to let you go and go be happy by yourself or however you choose to.
right,
Yeah.
yeah,
I believe in that. Like
that's what I mean in that specific,
yeah.
right.
I just don't know why. I just don't like when a lot of times I'll be like saying fuck love, and people be like, oh, you you scorn or you've been hurt or
You
uh,
bitter.
you bitter, you broken. And then I just always come back and I just always say, well, how long do you have to chase love? How many broken hearts you got to go through? How many times you got to be cheated on? How many times you got to be disrespected? How many times you got to be left for another woman? How many times you got to be robbed? How many? I mean, you know what I mean? How many times do you got to go through this relationship and then you break up? Then you go through another relationship and you break up. Then you go through another relationship and you break up, and another one, and you just keep.
why why
Who
why
said you?
entertainment said is love is not a physical thing.
That's true. That's true. Um, I just don't believe that it's something that you have to chase for your whole life. You know what I mean? It's like it's some people that's in love. They just in love with the thought of being in love. You know what I mean? And I just gotta have a man, or I just gotta have a woman, or God, I just gotta send me this one mate, and I need love. I just want love. Like sometimes love is so much like it choke you. You know what I mean? It's stifling. Um, I don't even believe like that love is something that got to be said. Like how sometimes you be like every time I love you on the phone. All right, I love you walking out the house. I love you. See, I love you. I believe more like love is, you know, when somebody love you. Trust me, you know a person, just like I tell people that you know how people sometimes they say you use me, like women have said, like, you use me, or you use me for love, or you use me for sex or money. You know when you being used. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't care what somebody say, a woman say, or a man. You know when you being used. It's not a magic trick. Nobody didn't rap a magic spell. You know when you being used. When somebody is taking money from you, and you're not getting nothing in return. When somebody is in bed with you, and they have an orgasm and turn their back. When somebody go to bed and they don't want to touch you. When somebody is barely talking to you, and somebody only come around when it's time on your payday, or they only come around when they need something. You know when you being used. Just like you know when somebody love you. You know what I mean? You just know it. It's a feeling. It's something shown. I just don't wanna. I don't wanna have my life, or my relationship defined by love. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna take a hell of a lot more than love to make a relationship work. You know what I mean? I don't want to use titles no more either. I don't want to use boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. I don't want to use titles no more. I'm gonna have an agreement. Like, I got an agreement with my friend. I agree to do this. She agreed not to do
so
that.
so so an unwritten contract basically.
Right. I don't
Yeah,
want. I don't deal with titles no more. I deal with we got an agreement.
yeah.
Know what
So
I
so
mean?
Wise Entertainment was saying, that love is really not about sex or any of that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not. It's not.
and going back to the point where you were saying now, some people are are with other people, not even looking for love. They
Right.
just don't want to be alone.
Right.
Some people just need somebody in their life, and it ain't even about love. It's
Right.
about companionship.
Right.
So very few people, my opinion, really got the grasp of what love is and what love is all about. You know what I mean? Very few people, and it's
I'm
something.
one of them. I'm
That,
one of them.
yeah,
I'm one.
yeah, and, and and it's something.
I don't know what it's about. You tell
Right.
me.
And,
I
and
don't
the
know.
other thing is, it's something.
Cause hold up,
Go ahead.
cause everybody who ever told me they love me hurted me. Every people done told me they love me and left me. So people done told me they love me and cheated on me. People done looked me dead in my eyes and told me they love me, and broke my heart. So I'm one of them people you
Well,
talking about who definitely don't know what the true meaning of love is.
right. And see, it's a learning process. Love is a learning process. Remember, love is defined by each individual. So your definition of love and the other person's definition of love may be totally different, but yet y'all love each other. Now, what happens is now you're working on learning how to love each other. See, that's what people don't realize, my opinion, that it's a learning process. You learn to love. People talking about falling in love. If you fall in love, what happens when you fall most times? You get hurt.
You
If
heard?
most times you fall, you get hurt. So
Yeah.
why are you talking about you want to fall in love? You keep saying you want to fall in love, but you're complaining about pain. So when you're learning to love, you're learning to love who the person actually is, not who you want them to be, not who you think they are, not who they portray themselves to be, but you're learning to love who they actually are. Now, flaws and all, because a lot of times people love people until they see the real person. Then they go, "Oh, that's not who I was in love with." So that's the thing. It's a process. It's not something like people say. I first saw him, I fell in love. You know what I mean? No, you may have been spiritually connected to the individual. You know, when
Yeah,
you saw him, y'all had a spiritual connection, but that love thing, that takes time, that takes effort, that takes learning. You know, so that's just what it is. It's a learning process. So with learning, there's going to be some hardship. There's going to be some pain. I mean, in life, you go through ups and downs. Love is a part of life. You go through ups and downs. So sometimes you hurt people, sometimes people hurt you. The object of it is not to internalize that pain and carry that pain with you everywhere you go. When you said broken earlier, most people are walking around in pain. They're in pain because they're unable to let that pain go. And they carry that pain with them in just about every relationship they go to. And now you got old pain that you've been carrying around. You get into a new relationship and you get some new pain. Now you got that pain too.
You shop, you save. I'm a dog. Since my owners got me a swap pet insurance plan, they're getting cash.
dude, you don't wanna go to you don't wanna you don't want you don't wanna go the rest of your life not being in love, right?
For me,
Yeah,
I'm right now, I'm more concerned about being happy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm more concerned with being happy. If I'm happy, then you know that'll work for me right now. You know, because people, as you said, there are people who love people or believe they're in love and they're not happy. So at this point for me, the important thing for me is to be happy. To be happy and be able to live my life on my terms. You know? And similar to what you were saying about, not having titles, because I get what you're saying with that. With titles come expectations.
yeah.
So you're saying you don't want the title because you don't want the expectations, and
I ain't dealing
and
with no more
and and,
titles.
and I could dig it, to a certain extent. You know what I mean? And as I was speaking about earlier with with marriage, like that has been a problem for me. Just the expectations that come with it and what other people try to portray, and then But the main thing is what I'm working on now is being able to redefine it with my wife where we both are comfortable, because it's about being happy and being comfortable with who you're with. Because if you're unable to be comfortable, love is not a story that says how long it lasts, because love starts from. So basically, it's wise entertainment saying you saw it. Well, wise entertainment saying
Love is not a story that you say how long it lasts, because love starts from the heart to the mental. True love only happens once, in my opinion.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Uh,
and that's how you see it. And this is what I'm saying about love. Love, each individual gets to define love based on. how they internalize it. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Like you said, you believe love's supposed to be painless. You know what I mean? It's supposed to cause you no pain. It's supposed to make you feel good all the
Right about that.
time.
You're right about that. You're 100% right about that.
But
It definitely ain't supposed to be like that.
yeah, but when you say that, I think about the woman when she have a baby, the pain she goes through to have that baby. You know,
Yeah,
so but yet she loves that baby with all her heart. Most women, you know what I mean. So that tells you something about love. That okay, love by nature, love ain't always gonna be you know uh no pain. It's not always going to be no pain. Even your children. You love your children. How much pain your children cause you?
hell, plenty.
So, I mean, so just to know that there's some pain, but, you know, there's still, the beauty about it is in relationships, mine is love, just in relationships in general, there, there are going to be ups and downs. And there's going to be good and bad times. There's going to be times you're going to feel good. There's going to be times you feel bad. And even if you're by yourself, even if you're not even in a relationship, there's times you're going to feel good and there's times you're going to feel bad. So, I mean, so if a person makes you feel bad, you don't even need a person to make you feel bad sometimes. You can feel bad on your own.
Yeah.
So I look at it from that aspect that it's just a part of this human experience in its physical form that it's necessary for us to experience some pain so that the joy and happiness can be more pleasurable.
Um,
That's how I look at it.
if it's two people out there in the world and they really in love, with each other, that's a beautiful thing because it's nothing more beautiful and heavenly than waking up next to somebody you love every day. It's nothing more. There's no better feeling than going to sleep every night next to somebody you love every night. Um, if you married and you in a relationship and you could trust your woman when she around you and when she not around you. You could go to Mexico, Cancun, and your woman could be at somewhere else and you could trust her to know that she being 100% faithful and you too, then that's a beautiful thing. It's no better feeling than that. It's just the point is that obtainable or um or is that necessary? Do you need that much trust in somebody or do you need that much faith in somebody? Or is it ever really possible to get true love? Because you could tell me right now, or whoever listening, probably for every couple that you tell me that's true to each other and in love and not cheating and all that, I probably could tell you 10 couples that's not. So, I mean, that don't have nothing to do with the couple that's making it, but that just got a lot to do to say with the way the world is nowadays. You know what I mean? So, what is the real odds? What is the real odds of finding true love? What is the real odds in 2024?
Let me play like uh devil's advocate kind of with it. What if what if that's something okay? What if it's something about the being faithful? Is that something that was given to us, or is it something that we, is inherent to be that way? You know what I mean? Because people leave relationships, good relationships, got everything they want in the relationship, and the person is everything they want and need. And out of a slip up, maybe, or just a point of just wanting to do something new, they leave the relationship because of the expectation of you're supposed to be with me and only me the rest of your life. Do you think that's realistic to ask a person to do that? You know what I mean?
I don't.
So if and some people it may be natural for. See, and this is the thing. This is the thing that I think happens. Some people it's natural for them to be that way, but they end up being with the person where it's unnatural.
I
Go,
always thought that was. I don't mean to cut you off.
go ahead. Nah, go
I
ahead.
always thought that was. You got two people standing in holy matrimony in front of a pastor with a Bible with a whole congregation of people, and two people stand up there and swear on the Bible before God that they're gonna be with only them, and that's I'm only gonna be with you, and you only gonna be, you know what I mean,
Right.
and it's a lie, you know what I mean. It's people that's doing that that know right when they doing that they not even true. They might have their mistress, in the
Right.
audience or some shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
I'm always flipping the coin. You know what I mean? I've been a person. I've been married twice. I've been divorced twice. I left women. I had women leave me. I broke women hearts. I had women break my hearts. Um, I'm just the person that for everybody who talking about love, um, I'm the person to say you better make sure that it's love. For everybody that's saying that oh, I've been married 20 years and 30 years and all that stuff, you better make sure that it hasn't been in vain. Um, I'm the person that's saying, can you or will you or could you ever really find real love? I'm the person that's on the flip side. But of course I'm not in love right now, so I can say I'm not in love, so I can play like devil advocate with that. You know what I mean? But why I don't talk like that. I'm not making shit up. I know I know people. I know a woman, right? A female right now, right? Who been married 30 years and she been cheating with the same guy behind her husband back for 30 years. I know uh 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 I know guys that been married and been cheating ever since they've been married. Ever since they've been married, they've been cheating. I know females that talk to their exes every day. I know men that walk right out the house from their wife and call and soon as they get out the door in the car, they call other females. I know females that soon as they get out of their house, they calling their other man. Now that's none of my business. You know what I mean? Or I'm just here to speak to the other side of love. You know, I'm here.
But how about this? The thing is, those people you mentioned, are they happy? See, that's the thing.
Prop,
It's
baby.
doing what they're doing, making them
That's
happy.
no, that's what I'm talking. See, that's it right there. You
Okay,
just
so
said no. You just said it right
right,
there. Now that's the part I got a problem with. Right there,
what
what you said.
what
What
are they
you just
happy?
you just said. Are they happy?
Right.
How could somebody? How could you be in love with somebody and then be cheating on them and be happy? Like like you can't just. That's the problem with the world. Like everybody make their own definition of love.
This is
Every
what I'm
every
saying.
no,
Absolutely,
I know you're an advocate for that. But I'm just saying
absolutely. They make their definition. Yeah,
every
they choose how they want to love.
everybody make their own definition of love and stuff
Right.
like. Yo, I had a female tell me recently. I had a female tell me recently about having an open relationship or a swingers life. Like, and I was like, what? Like, oh, let's have an open relationship. Let's be swingers.
So,
But tell me that they love me every day.
but that goes back to what I said to you earlier. That
What?
sometimes is it that you're being with the person that you're compatible with? You can love a person and not be compatible. Let's get that out the way. You can love a person and y'all are not compatible. Case
Yo,
in point. Case in point. If you love a person that is willing to live the swingers life
yeah.
and you're not willing to live the life, then
It
you're
ain't,
not compatible.
no, it ain't that. It
You're
ain't
not
that.
compatible.
It's not that. It,
Why isn't it?
I ain't gonna let no woman tell me let's be swingers. It's gonna be my
Oh,
choice.
okay, so this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
I ain't,
If
I ain't gonna let no woman tell me that she wanna have no open relationship. If it's gonna be an open relationship, I'm gonna make the decision. I ain't gonna let no woman tell me, hey, let's be swingers. Now, I ain't. I'm gonna be the one that's saying let's be a swinger.
well, I mean, whoever's saying what's the difference if you're not
It's
if
a
it's not
big
something you
difference.
want to do, it don't matter who say it. You know
Nah.
what I mean? If it's something you want to do, then who it don't matter who say it then. You know what I mean? If say take it this way. If you're a person that wanted to have somebody in your bedroom, another woman, and your woman came to you and just brought the woman to the crib, if you wanted that, would that really make a difference? If she,
um, it's just different. It's just different.
so this is what I'm saying. So if you're not with that, see, and this is I think the problem that people are with people who have two different lifestyles about how they want to live their life. If you're with a person that wants to be monogamous and you know that you into polygamy, then why be with that person? Because you're gonna make each other unhappy
Look,
because you're gonna be fighting against your nature. Now find someone that wants to be what you are.
look,
That's
we,
that's
we
that's my opinion.
yeah, we gonna have to continue this. We've
Yeah,
been
it's
doing
that
this.
time, man. It's that
But
time.
look,
Thank you. Go ahead.
look. I wanna go to TikTok. I'm gonna send you an invite to TikTok. You know, I want to try to see if I can. I want to see if I know how to do TikTok, and we do like 15 minutes on there.
All right,
But
that's cool.
but I was a little sluggish tonight because then in the beginning, but from the technical difficulty, it kind of had
It
me sluggish.
kind of threw you
Cause
off.
in the beginning, I usually do my
Yeah,
rant.
you usually come in. Yeah, yeah. So I had to get you
Yeah,
pepped up,
yeah.
man.
It kind of with the technical difficulty and all that stuff, it kind of threw me off a little bit. But it'll be better next week.
Yeah, and thank you all for watching. We
Yeah.
appreciate it, and
Share it.
we'll see you back next week.
Share it and leave comments. Share it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit the like
Please,
button. Hit the like button.
yeah, and it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure with all of you. You know,
We getting ready to go to TikTok. I don't even know my TikTok page. I
we
don't
look
even
at.
know my. I'm trying. Wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can see what my TikTok is. One.
Uh, yeah, we're looking forward to doing this again next week. We're looking forward to bringing this to you every Friday at 8 o'clock. So you know, tell a friend, tell a family member, and you know,
Oh my.
we appreciate all of your comments
Yeah.
because
It's
that's what makes the it's about us.
yeah. My
So
TikTok is at jshawn763. So we gonna be going over there to TikTok for a minute. We doing this new
I
collaboration.
hear you. JY's Entertainment. Nobody can make nobody cheat, right? But can
Hey,
anybody?
that
Nobody.
I said that earlier
Right,
in the
right.
show.
Nobody can make nobody cheat, just like nobody can make nobody be faithful. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is what I'm saying. You know, my wife and I, we had a conversation about it. I told her that even marriage, it's about being willing. Willing, you got to be willing to do it. You know what I
Yo,
mean? That's the thing. I'm willing to be faithful to my wife. I'm willing. I'm making a conscious decision. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a conscious decision now, and she's done the same. She says she's done the same. She's made a conscious decision to be faithful. I'm not making her do it. She's not making me do it. Nor is marriage making me do it. You know what I mean? Because see, people had this tendency. You're married, and you kind of thinking that way because you saying people married. Why they not being faithful? Everybody, they looking at it from a different view, I guess. They're looking at it like, look, I'm married, but I'm not ready to be faithful. And who knows? We don't know what type of contract the two married people got. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah,
Um.
so you gonna try to hook that up?
So look, I'm gonna go over I'm gonna send you the invite on what's your TikTok, Sha?
Peep Game. Peep Game TV. All my stuff is Peep Game TV.
Okay, we gonna go over the TikTok in about probably gonna take about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go over the TikTok, but until then, like you said, I want to thank everybody that listened. Thanks for leaving the comments. Share it on your page or and hit the like button. Next week it'll be better. We'll be on time and
And hopefully we have blog talk where
oh yeah,
people can talk, and we don't have
yeah,
to be
that
reading
would have been
everything.
cool because I would have had everybody for yeah. Hopefully we have my blog talk up and I have it on the other phone and we could
And yeah,
comment.
and people can interact, and we can hear them, and they can say what they want to say, and we
Yeah,
could get more involved into it. You know what I
I ain't
mean?
think about that, but that's right. Because if I would have
Yeah,
had the blog talk hooked up, it would have been more
yeah, more
counter
interaction.
reaction.
We wouldn't have had to been reading everything everybody put. They could have been on blog talk,
Yeah.
talking and saying it out of their own mouth.
So until next week, everybody be safe. But before we go, I want to say like Jay Wise Entertainment said, no one can make you cheat. And like Shadi said, and nobody can make you be faithful. And I just want to say that Romeo and Juliet, it wasn't no love story. It was it was just two dumb kids that ended up dead at the end. That's
So it was a tragedy. So for those of you who still watching, if you haven't subscribed, go to Peep Game
oh yeah,
TV,
subscribe to it.
YouTube. Go to and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, Peep Game TV. Follow me on Instagram, Peep Game TV, and Facebook, Peep Game TV. Follow me on all of those platforms. Appreciate you guys and
Peace.
ladies. Love you all.
Peace.
Peace. Until next week.